Hey, so I just got finished having lunch with a really good girlfriend. We hadn't been able to get together for lunch or just get together in general for a long time. We were talking, I was like, oh my gosh, it's been a minute, but we're going through very similar transitions in life as moms and as wives. We're both wives and wives as wives. Yes, as moms and wives. And we were just sharing different things that have been going on, sharing what's been working, kind of like going off of each other, like, well, how did you do this? How'd you do that? And just like really empowering each other by just being truly real, authentic, sharing what's really going on behind the scenes, and just being real about our journey as moms and as wives. What I've realized, especially as I've been shutting out a lot of just different voices that were in my head that just were kind of causing me to feel overwhelmed with information and advice, and this is how you do this, how you do that. Like, everybody has their opinion about what works, but truly, when it comes to even that area of taking advice from people and what you absorb and gather, even from social media or from the experts, at the end of the day, even with their advice, you still have to find a way to make it work for you. Every journey is different. There are some similarities and there are some things that work and some things that are kind of like, pretty basic. Like, the basic thing is, what do you do when you have a baby? Yes, keep your child alive. But the way that you keep your child alive, some may breastfeed, some may nurse, some may do both, some, bottle feed. There's just so many different ways to do it. You really just have to get within yourself. Trust God, because as a Christian mom, we have to understand that we are moms for a reason, that we are moms with purpose, that our children and us being moms to our children is not a mistake. You are the right mom with the right kid. It may be challenging. It may be tough. I already shared in a video recently on YouTube that this has been 2022 has been one of the most challenging years of my entire life on this earth. Challenging, y'all. Challenging. And in the midst of it all, right, I'm coming to this realization that I have everything that I need to be this mom, the mom that God called me to be the wife that God called me to be, and to do this thing called life successfully because of the God who lives on the inside of me, right? You're going to figure it out. And you got to find and do what works for you. Sometimes it really is that simple. Like, I was talking to my girlfriend today and I was telling her I'm just now realizing that there was so much shame and embarrassment that I personally had, because for the first 8 months of my daughter's life, we literally lived in our living room. Like, my closest people, my closest friends, they already know. But that couch served a purpose. We bought this new couch and literally we had the changing table down there. Everything that we needed was on that first floor in that living room, between the living room and the kitchen. And at first I was like, oh man, this is just, everybody got their nursery. Everybody got their cute nursery or their cute bassinet. And even those who co-sleep, they got the whole thing figured out. And I'm just like on this couch, just trying to keep myself together, trying to keep this baby fed because she was breastfeeding around the clock and, trying to find it to be comfortable. She didn't want to sleep in no bassinet. She didn't want to be sweat. All these things. Literally feeling like, oh my gosh, just like, I can't believe that was my journey for the first 8 months. Now I'm like, you know what? That was my journey for the first 8 months. That's what I needed to do in that season. And I'm grateful that I had the space to do that, right? Somebody out there needs to hear this. It will work. You find what works for you and you work it. Like my sister always says, who gonna check you, boo? If you need to sit in your car to get your break, who gonna check you, boo? If you need to live in your living room for a good month, 8 months like me, a year, whatever, who gonna check you, boo? That's what works for you and your family. If you decide to co-sleep or your child sleeps in their bassinet, who gonna check you? Do what works for you. Like I said, the basic things that we have to do as moms and as wives, yes, keep our families, together. Keep your children alive. Yes, that's what you need to do, okay? But I don't know. There's just so many voices out here. And I'm telling y'all, like, what I'm realizing more and more is that everything ain't always what it seems to be. So consume wisely. That's whole nother video. Like, consume wisely and really do believe and trust and know that, like, yes, you will figure it out. Like, you'll figure it out. Like, you will figure it out and you will find what works for you. And it may not work for anybody else, but that is quite all right. So just be encouraged, y'all. Like, I don't know. It's so weird that this year has been so crazy. It's been so crazy. It's been so wild and challenging and so many emotions. But I mean, my God, the way that I feel so free in the midst of it all. Is how is that even possible? Sometimes I think like, God, how is that possible? Like in the video I was talking about like how it says count it all joy when you fall into these various trials, and I was just like, wow, I'm finally understanding that, like why there is so much joy, why you can count it all joy when you fall into these moments. Like I know that what I know now and how I'm living my life now, if I hadn't experienced what I experienced this year, and I'm just getting started, like the year ain't even over yet. But the fact that I'm sitting here now able to share something like this with you, I would not have been able to share something like this with you at the beginning of the year. Not at all. Like I wouldn't have even had this as a no. I would have been like, you know, find a, it's just so many thoughts around it. So I'm going to stop there because I could literally go on and on because I'm starting to like, it started off as a video. Now I'm venturing off into like, you know, God is revealing some other things to me and I'll share them as he leads me. But just know, mama, you God-fearing, Holy Ghost-filled mom, God is with you and you have everything you need to be the mom that he called you to be. And that includes those wise counselors around you, those wise people who can speak into your life, not speak against it, but speak into it, bring life, and to help you find your victory stance, to help you, you know, find those ways to navigate the seasons that you find yourself in that work for you. Okay. That's all, y'all. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.